Cardiff vs. Everton, 1977 FA Cup 5th round. In this video, we go back to 1977, a time when football hooliganism was sadly a common part of the game. This match was an FA Cup 5th round tie between Cardiff and Everton. It happened before groups like the Cardiff Soul Crew and Everton County Road Cutters became well known. What unfolded that day shows how even well-known firms can have a tough time. Let's hear from the people who were there. But before we get started, if you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. Now let's get into it. Cardiff supporter Ryan shared his memories. We played Everton at Ninian Park in 1977. They brought around 4,000 fans, but their groups arrived in small numbers, about 12 at a time. The Bob Bank was split in half by a weak fence that had been put up after big trouble with Manchester United in 1974. Everton fans stood on the Canton Stand side of the Bob Bank. The fence didn't really help much. With a crowd of 34,000 and about 4,000 Cardiff fans on the Bob Bank, trouble was always likely. It ended up being one of the worst beatings I've seen at Ninian Park. Everton fans were being picked off in small numbers even before the match started. Their main groups arrived by train that stopped right outside the stadium, something that hadn't been seen before. They managed to enter the Bob Bank without facing Cardiff fans outside. That meant we'd only get a chance to face them inside the ground. Once Everton were in the Bob Bank, Cardiff lads simply walked around the fence and started attacking them. You could tell the difference in style too. Everton fans wore straight-leg jeans and smart jumpers, while we still had donkey jackets and pit boots. When Duncan McKenzie scored for Everton, using his hand to control the ball, things exploded. Cardiff fans stormed over, the weak fence collapsed, and most of the Everton fans began to retreat. A few tried to stand their ground, but it was mostly one way. Everton fans ran down the Bob Bank slope and through the exit gates. I looked outside, and 2 special trains were already full of Everton fans heading home, and it wasn't even 4:30. Cardiff fans chased after them, even getting onto the train platforms and battering them there. The police couldn't stop any of it. Some Everton fans even ran down the train tracks, not knowing where they were going. I know Everton had a tough rep back then, but I'd say only around 10% of their mob stayed till the end. The rest were either on the train or running back to Liverpool. Years later, in the 2000s, I met an older Everton fan in a bar in Amsterdam. I asked if he was at this match. His face went pale. He said it was the worst away day of his life. His words were, "A nightmare from start to finish." That says it all. Now let's hear from Andy, an Everton fan and a county road cutter. Cardiff away in '77 was one of the worst away days I've ever had. In the '70s, we could be good or bad away from home, but that day in Cardiff and later in Newcastle were both awful. What made those games worse was that the attacks happened inside the ground. Usually, trouble happened outside. Cardiff was bad, but at least the exit gates were open, and some of us could get away. I'll give credit to some of the Cardiff lads. They let the younger fans go without beating them. They could have, but they didn't. Fair play to them. That said, the rest of us took a proper beating. I don't agree with the claim that only 10% of us were left. It was more like half, but yes, a lot had already gone back to the trains. We had lots of scarfers with us, just regular fans who went to Cardiff because it was a cup tie. They weren't ready to be attacked by grown men who looked like minors and spoke a different accent. Our groups arrived in small pockets, not one big mob. That didn't help us. Overall, I agree. It was a nightmare. I'd rather forget it, but it stuck with me. Still, I think Newcastle away that same season was even worse. But maybe we were due some payback after the hidings we've given other fans at Goodison. Looking back, despite the beating, it's still part of the football experience for me. A big thanks to Ryan and Andy for sharing what they remember. It's clear that Everton had a really tough time that day, proving that even well-known traveling fans can have a bad day when they meet a strong home side. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button.